A triple threat week of weather is about to sweep across the United States, and this will bring the return of severe weather, extremely life-threatening flash flooding, and maybe even a tropical cyclone. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a rare, high risk of excessive rainfall for Del Rio, Uvalde, and Hondo in Texas. We're talking life-threatening flash floods that can reach of more than 2 feet or higher. And as we go into tomorrow, this threat does not get any better. We have a moderate risk, which is a level 3 out of 4 for significant flash flooding. And with the ground already being saturated and flooded from the past storms, this could be devastating. But not only is Texas seeing a flash flooding risk, we are also seeing a tornado risk, as this flood threat is set up along a stalled boundary, which is leading to multiple tornadoes. Check out this video right here. This is from earlier today. It shows a tornado traveling along the San Antonio interstate, and this is no joke. This happened this morning. We saw a tornado sweep across the interstate in San Antonio. And that's not the last of the threats. We also have a tropical cyclone formation possible in the next 7 days that's targeting Florida. We're talking Jacksonville, Daytona Beach, Orlando, Tampa, Bradenton. If you live anywhere in Central Florida, we could be seeing a possible tropical cyclone formation. And I think it's clear we have a lot to cover, as this weather pattern is gonna rocket by. So let's dive right into the forecast. And I think it's only right if we start with our flood risk, because that is the most devastating thing of this entire weather setup. And guys, we have a high risk of flash flooding today. And I know this is going to get posted at night, but the flooding is still happening right now. We have places like Del Rio, Uvalde, Hondo, Campwood, and then that goes back into Rock Springs and Sonora. Sorry, I did not include Sonora on the map in the beginning of the video. But yeah, we are seeing some significant floods that could be literally more than significant. I use significant a lot. That's not even a term that would fit this. The term catastrophic floods is the best word to fit this, because it is going to be a catastrophic flooding event. And guys, if you can see these two light green boxes on your screen, those are flash flood emergencies. And yes, a flash flood emergency is a thing. A flash flood emergency is the highest possible alert that can be issued for a flash flood. That's when we know we have catastrophic floods underway. And as you can see, if you click on the warning here, the damage threat is catastrophic, so that is the best word to fit that. And don't get this mixed up either. Even if you're in the moderate risk, that is insane flooding. I'm talking significant to intense flooding if you live in San Antonio, Crystal City, Dilley, and then back if you go north towards San Angelo, that kind of area, we are seeing moderate risk of flash flooding, which is a level 3 out of 4. And to put this in perspective here on your screen, this is a video of what this flash flooding is looking like here in Texas. And to kind of give you a look, because people sort of, when they see camera or visual of what actually is happening, they tend to make it take it more serious than if I was just showing a map. But yeah, you can tell this is historic flash flooding that we're seeing. It is very, very rare that we ever see a high risk of excessive rainfall issued, but today we have. And again, as we go into tomorrow, we have a moderate risk that stays around the same area, maybe shifts a little bit north, but we have Del Rio, Uvalde, the same areas that today are seeing significant flooding, catastrophic flooding. It's the same areas tomorrow, but this also includes San Angelo tomorrow, where you can see some intense flooding. So yes, the flooding is going to be a big thing today and tomorrow, but we also have to keep in mind the severe weather potential. Even though we only have marginal risk as our maximum risk for today, we have a very sneaky tornado threat, and that is because this is stalled along a boundary. This whole flooding event here has created sort of a boundary where we could have some. We had a few tornado warnings. We had a tornado earlier today by San Antonio, so that does confirm that tornadoes are possible in these storms. And as we go into tomorrow, we have a slight risk over Montana. That's primarily going to be a hail threat, where we have a 15% hail risk for Bozeman, Butte, Helena, Missoula, Lincoln, Stevensville, and Hamilton back there in Montana. The wind percent is sitting at a 5%. That expands the area quite a bit down into Idaho, the northeast corner of Oregon, and we have some Washington in there, so a little bit of everywhere is going to get some wind or hail. The tornado risk sitting below 2%, so the tornado threat's not going to be a problem tomorrow. But this is going to be something we have to watch, and I will give you guys an update tomorrow in the latest video on how this has kind of shaping out. Moving to our fire weather outlook, you can see we have another day where we have an elevated fire risk. We have two big different areas. We have one there in California, just to the east of San Francisco and to the north of Los Angeles, and we have another one there that includes Wyoming, and then goes down by Denver and Colorado. And the reason behind this is because we have very low humidity values. You can see back there by Denver, we have 15% humidity. Over there in California, we have 48%, so a little bit higher, but the fire threat stays the same. And you see some areas where that's 11%, but there's not a fire risk for that area. And you can see on the East Coast, we're going to keep that humidity value for quite some time as some rain and some storms are going to move through the area. This is what the simulated IR satellite is looking like over the next day or so. So we will see some moisture, but if you keep an eye on this area here, it doesn't look like much is going to be happening. Keep an eye on that area there, and you can see nothing over the next few days impacts that area, keeping that wildfire threat pretty high. So obviously what everyone probably clicked on this video for, and what everyone wants to know, is about the tropical storm, the tropical outlook, the hurricane outlook. And before we jump right into it, we have two different areas. As you can see, we have the one that's just under Mexico, and that's an actual tropical storm. And then we have the area everyone's watching for Florida, as Florida does have a bad history with hurricanes. But before we get into that, I think it's best if we begin with this tropical storm down here. So jumping into the tropical storm, this is Tropical Storm Elida with 50-mile-per-hour winds, but it is forecast to become a Category 1 hurricane by Saturday, and this is going to be a relatively slow moving hurricane over the next few days. You can see this is Thursday, and then by Friday it gets to here, and then by Saturday we only moved about not too much at all. That actually is only from now to then, that is only about a 593-mile radius. That's nothing for hurricanes, but this does have a chance to kind of curve back in towards the United States, which would impact places like Los Angeles and San Francisco. But from what I'm thinking right now is that this is just not going to have the enough fuel to do any of that. I think this is just going to go off further into the Pacific Ocean and then die off, sort of like what we're seeing on the cone of uncertainty here. You can see post-tropical cyclone. This thing is probably not going to have much to work with. It's going to become a Category 1, and it's going to be like, well, we might see some crazy stuff happen, but as of right now, I don't think there's going to be a chance for rapid intensification of this storm. We will have to watch, though, for the potential of a rip current threat by Los Angeles, as this, with any tropical storm, you will see rip currents, and that is what the problems, if any, are going to be from this tropical storm. Now, I'm not going to tease you anymore. I'm going to let you have what you wanted and what you wanted to came here for, and that is this threat, this tropical storm threat, this tropical threat for Florida. And as you know, Florida has a very bad past when these tropical systems come along, and we do have a outlook here. This is only going to be a very low 20% chance over the next 7 days for a tropical storm to develop, or a tropical threat to develop. But my opinion on this is that I think this is only going to become a tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm. This is not going to have much fuel to work with. It's going to be a very, very quick moving storm. It's going to form just out here, and it's only going to have a very small radius of area to work with here. So if you live on the coast here by Cedar Key, Tampa, just be prepared just in case. As of right now, though, it's very, very low confidence, and I would say, knowing all the models, what they're saying right now, that I have a very low confidence in this becoming something, as really only a few models. The Euro model is like the only reliable one right now that is going to be showing this. The GFS doesn't show anything close to a storm like this. The GFS other models show we do have a low pressure system, but it doesn't show any rainfall or any really precipitation is going to be involved with it. However, the Euro model shows a little bit different. We have a low pressure system with a spinning area of precipitation around, and this would move straight through Florida. So right now, I think it is smart by the Storm Prediction Center, or the National Hurricane Center, to issue this kind of watch area, be like, hey, there might be a possible storm coming, so make sure you look out. And I already know just from this one video, and I don't want this to happen. If you guys are watching from Florida, don't go to the store and don't go start raiding out on everything. This is a very, very low threat. Like, this is not something you need to start freaking out and panicking over. It's just something to maybe eyeball, to keep an eye on, just to see how it progresses. As well, we don't have as much information I would have liked to say in this video, but as these new videos come out day by day, I think we'll get more and more information, and we'll have more of an idea of what is going to happen. So my final thoughts on this: is this going to be the next major hurricane? No. If anyone's telling you this is the next Milton or Helene, it's not going to be. Do not trust that. As of right now, the models are showing a possible low-end tropical depression or tropical storm. Do I think this is going to become something? Maybe. It may. I think that it's possible. Even though some of the models are showing that not, we're going to have to watch again. It's very low information that we have right now. But as of right now, I think it's smart by the Storm Prediction Center to issue that area that's a 20% risk. But as of right now, I'm going to put that at a maybe, and we'll update you in the next video. And that is going to be it for this forecast video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I want to thank you guys a lot for 100 subscribers. I want to thank Cruz Haynes WX and Will Bratton. I hope I said your name right, but thank you guys yesterday for leaving a subscribe on my channel. And we got to 100 subscribers yesterday. By 500 subscribers, we're going to have a big celebration. So I'll see you guys in 500 subscribers on a live stream. If you know anyone that's in the path of any of the things we've covered today, which even it's the tropical storm possible, or it's the catastrophic flooding, that should be your first priority if you live in there. Make sure you share this to them. Make sure that they're getting this information, because this information, what we're trying to do here is help and save as many lives as possible. So if I can do that, if I can get your share and I help someone, I've done my job, and that is what I'm trying to do here. So have a great rest of your night, and see you guys in the next one.